Lars Mittank was an ordinary guy, 28 years old, German, worked a regular job, had friends. Nothing strange, nothing dramatic. He and his friends took a vacation to Bulgaria, to a beach resort called Golden Sands. Hot weather, cheap drinks, football games, playing in the bars at night. Everything was normal. One night, Lars got into a fight. Stupid, pointless. Some local football fans didn't like the team he supported. Someone threw a punch, someone pushed back, and Lars ended up with a ruptured eardrum. Not life-threatening, but enough for the doctor to tell him he shouldn't fly. Pressure in the cabin could damage his hearing further. His friends flew home. Lars stayed behind to recover for a few days, alone. And this is where everything starts to go off. He called his mother that night, and the tone of his voice had changed. He told her he felt like someone was watching him. He didn't explain who. He didn't explain why. Just a quiet voice saying something was wrong. He moved from his hotel to a smaller, cheaper one. Security cameras caught him pacing the hall, looking over his shoulder, listening for something that no one else heard. The next morning, he decided he couldn't stay any longer. He went to the airport. He wanted to go home, even if his ear wasn't healed. He saw an airport doctor to get clearance to fly. The doctor stepped out for a moment, and another man entered the room. A technician, an ordinary worker, someone with no connection to anything. The moment Lars saw him, he stood up. No hesitation, no explanation. He ran out of the medical room, leaving his backpack, his phone, his documents. He ran through the terminal, out the doors, across the parking lot, across the road, and into the open field behind the airport. No one was chasing him. No one called after him. There was no threat anyone else could see. He just ran, like he knew exactly what he was running from. That was the last time anyone ever saw him. No body, no clothing, no belongings, no trace. He didn't just disappear. He was gone, like someone took him out of the frame. After Lars ran into the fields behind the airport, people searched. Not immediately. Not like in a movie. At first, everyone assumed he would come back for his bag, his phone, his passport. The way he left those things behind didn't make sense. And when something doesn't make sense, the mind tries to fix it. He'll be back. He's just scared. It's fine. But he didn't come back. The official search began later. Police walked the fields. They checked the tree line. They use dogs? They asked locals if they had seen a young man running barefoot, without luggage, without direction. Someone said they saw him near a road. Someone else said they saw him near an abandoned building. None of these sightings were confirmed. Every lead ended in more empty space. Meanwhile, his mother kept receiving messages, not from EIM, but from strangers who claimed they saw him in different cities, different countries, different states of mind. Some said he looked homeless. Some said he was quiet, wandering. Some said he was living under a new name. Some said he wasn't alive anymore. None of it could be proven. But there's one detail that sits heavy. The night before he ran, he sent his mother one last text. It didn't say where he was. It didn't say what happened. It didn't say who he thought was following him. It just said, "Tell me what ceftriaxone is," the antibiotic he had been prescribed. There is a rare side effect listed in medical literature. Not common, not well known, but real, acute, sedan-onset psychosis. Paranoia, fear with no object. A mind that sees patterns where there are none. If that's what happened, you could say he ran from hallucination. But there's a problem with that explanation, because people with drug-induced paranoia run blindly. They stumble, they fall, they hide. Lars didn't do that. He ran with purpose. He ran like someone who knew the exact direction he needed to go, and the exact reason he needed to get there. As if he wasn't running away from something, but towards something. And when he crossed that road and disappeared into the trees, his movements were controlled, almost calm, even while running full speed. There is no clear ending here. No discovery. no final answer. Just a man who walked out of the frame of the world he was in, and the camera that watched him go. There are three main explanations people repeat when they try to understand what happened to Lars. People like explanations. They don't like empty space. They don't like open doors. They need something to close the story so they can move on. The first explanation is simple. The antibiotic caused an acute psychotic break. His mind turned on him. The world changed shape, and he couldn't tell what was real. He ran from something that wasn't there because his brain convinced him there was danger. He survived the fight, but lost the quiet inside his own head. The second explanation is darker. Some people think that the men he fought with weren't just football fans, that they were connected to someone else, that someone wanted to find him, that he realized it too late. That he panicked when he saw that man in the airport, not because of who the man was, but because of what the moment meant. The signal that he was out of time. And then there is the third explanation. The one no one can prove, but no one can fully dismiss either. That Lars saw something real. Something that didn't leave a trace on cameras, or on the people standing around him, or on the environment. Something that wasn't supposed to be noticed at all. A feeling that something is wrong without knowing why. A voice that doesn't sound like your own, telling you to run. There are moments in life when your instincts activate before your thoughts do. Moments where the body decides something is dangerous before your mind understands the situation. If that's what happened, then there's no mystery at all. He ran because every part of him knew he had to. The field behind the airport is silent now. Grass grows over the dirt he crossed. Cars still pass on the highway. Flights still land and take off. People walk through the terminal, and Dante know that a man once ran through the same air in a way that didn't look like fear and didn't look like madness. It looked like escape, and that's the part that lingers. Because when someone disappears like that, clean, sudden, without disturbance or trace, it doesn't feel like they were lost. It feels like they were taken out of the story, as if whatever he was running from, or running to, was something only he could see. And he followed it.